Baby Bump, Book 2, Chapter 12, Never Give Up. A few days after your sister's wedding, you, Miles, and Clint gather at his lake house. I made a promise that I wasn't going to let Craig demolish the mark, and I intend to make it good on that. Craig's open forums are our only shot. Right. If we can't stop Craig from bulldozing the park, we need a strategy to convince the council members tonight. We'll need a majority of votes to win. It's 4 out of 7 votes. Make an impressive enough argument at the open forum to earn the following patch for your baby blanket. With a cute sun smiling down on it. More like 4 out of 5, since Craig and Craig Sr. are firmly against us. Keith should be with us. And Cassandra, which just leaves more than half the council. I'm 34 weeks pregnant. I shouldn't be having to deal with this. Speaking of our frenemy, wasn't she supposed to meet us here to help plan? About that, she texted me this morning to say she wasn't coming. The shift in power from Miles to Craig left her with a lot to think about. I suspect we'll have to win her over once more. Well, we've got our work cut out for us then. It was hard enough to get enough to buy into our park idea when Miles was still mayor. And now that Craig's in charge, it'll take all of our effort to make sure that he fails. What about Jebediah? Do you think we could win your dad over Clint? I'm not sure. Things seemed better at the baby shower, but my father has always known how to hold a grudge, so I wouldn't count on him. Clint lets out a sigh as he sinks into the couch and runs a frustrated hand along the back of his neck. I really wish I knew what he was thinking. Are you sure you're up for this? Of course. I'll do whatever I can to help you. Just say the word, and I'm on it. You don't have to put on a brave face for me, Clem. It's just seeing my dad again. If he votes against you in the park, he and I's relationship might never recover. We can't waste time trying to sway someone we aren't sure we can win over. Let's keep our focus on Bertie, Malcolm, and Cassandra. You've worked with them for years. Surely they'll come around. I'm not mayor anymore, Jen. He takes a seat beside Clint and stares across the room, lost in thought. Miles, you okay? Just realized I haven't seen the council since I lost the election. I'm prepared for the worst. You look between Miles and Clint, each with a 1,000-yard stare. Hey, both of you, we'll get through this together. I'm not saying this isn't going to be difficult, but it'll be easier knowing that we've got the 2 people by our side for support. Well, when you put it that way, it doesn't sound so bad. Side by side with friends, I can do that. Just then you hear a knock at the door. Anna pokes her head in. Surprise, surprise! I'm here to wish you all luck tonight. Shouldn't you be on your honeymoon? And leave my babysitter to face down the council all alone? No way. I'm sticking around to help. Plus, I went on a little shopping trip and found this really cute outfit. I thought it'd be the perfect way to impress everyone. She pulls a garment bag out from behind her back, which you unzip to reveal a pink tweed jacket with stylish fringe and gold jewelry to match. It's vintage, which is to make sure to appeal to the council's old-fashioned sensibilities, and the bright colors will make you impossible to miss. You really think an outfit like this will make a difference? The council is all about appearances. Showing up there, and that will tell them you're taking this seriously. And it doesn't hurt to have every advantage possible. Wear this gorgeous ensemble to help you curry favor with the town's council and stun everyone you meet, including Miles. Old-fashioned, right? Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna knock the council socks off. You're totally channeling Ellie Woods right now, if she hadn't been a lawyer in the 60s. And just like Ellie, there's absolutely no way you can lose, because you've got the right outfit. It's the perfect mix of colorful and classic. No one could possibly resist. You look nice, Cassidy. You grin as you saunter over to Miles, his eyes wander over your new look, sparkling with adoration. That's high praise. I save the best compliments for you. You lean up to give his lips a quick peck, and he slides his arms around your waist. like how hot it is when you take charge, especially looking like that. I'll keep that in mind. Now, come on, let's go show the council we mean business. You betcha! That night, you arrive at the dance hall for the open forum. As you, Miles, Clint, and Anna step inside, you immediately swivel to look for Keith, who you spot standing near the stage. There's our first stop. Let's just hope things haven't changed too much. I'll track down my dad, see if I can get anywhere. I'll come to for moral support. Clint and Anna head off to find Jebediah while you and Miles make your way over to Keith, who gives you a brief nod. Officer Keith, it's good to see you. I'm sure you can guess why we're here. We need you to support keeping the park. The council members shouldn't show bias into going to a forum, but given our history together, Miles, you've got my vote. I do not think the rest of the council will be as amenable. Figures. Let me give you both some advice. Unofficially, of course. If you want to convince the others, you need to do it alone, Jen. Why's that? Miles lost the election to Greg. He has a bias against him. Clint has connections to Jebediah. People will think you're using that. This is your cause, Jen. Rally it. Keith, you're right. Jen, you can't do this all by yourself. We can't risk anyone voting against us because they think this is over some petty dispute. Let's regroup with Clint and Anna, and I'll take on the rest of the council. As you both bid Keith goodbye and head towards Clint and Anna, you overhear the end of their conversation with Jebediah. Dad, please, just consider what you're doing tonight. The park was good for Greystone. We all worked on it, and I will not allow my emotions to muddy the facts, Clint. Isn't that exactly what you're doing by not giving Jan a chance? There must be something you can do to help. I must remain professional. Before they can say more, Jebediah turns and hurries away. Clint lets out a sigh as you approach. Well, that went as poorly as I thought it would. Y'all have done as much as you can. I have to handle the rest. No, I'm not giving up. She's right. The council won't listen to any of you. They'll find excuses not to. This was my idea from the start, and I have to defend it. If you need a break, or a cheer up, or a shoulder to cry on, we'll be hanging in the wings. Anna gives you a brief hug before you look around for Cassandra, who you find chatting with Joel and Gavin. You offer them a smile as you approach. Gavin, Joel, I wasn't expecting to see the two of you tonight. Are you planning on speaking? I only get behind a microphone to beatbox, but Dad says it's important to do our civic duty, so Viola, we appear. Don't tell anyone, I'm really just here for the food. Gavin, don't say that out loud. Someone could hear. Who cares what I say when I'm... Dang, you look incredible, Jen. All pink is hard to pull off, but you're rocking it. And professional to boot. I just will admit it's a beautiful ensemble, and the vintage jack is a nice touch. If you like it, then I know it's good. Which is lucky for me because there was something I wanted to talk to you. I know why you're here, Jen. And I know you couldn't possibly support Craig bulldozing the park. Of course I don't, especially not in favor of him replacing it with his disgustingly sexist golf course idea. Then how is that a tough decision? And think about all the work you, Gavin, and Joel put in. You didn't just see how much effort we put in getting everything ready. You were a part of it. It'd be a shame for all of it to went to waste. The gazebo, the flowers, all of it, poof, gone. It was nice to see the fruits of my labor come to life. Oh, it's totally unfair. Spent like a whole day on the gazebo. We can't let Craig tear it down. That's politics. And that's exactly why we need your support, so we can save the park. You don't get it. It's not that simple. Then explain it to me. I have my own reasons for what I'm doing. That's all there is to it. These last few months, I thought we were finally getting along. With the garden party, the park. I don't get where this is coming from. Can't you see how difficult this has been for me? First, there was you, Jan, and everything that meant then turning over a new leaf, trying to be a new person. It's all too much. But what does that have to do with the vote tonight? If I get on Craig's bad side, don't you get what that means? He'll ruin me. So you're just gonna let him win? No, but I can't ignore the bigger picture. My family has contracts with the governor's office that he could ruin, and that's not even considering the social implications. Cassandra, is Craig directly involved with your family's contracts? No, but he has his father's the governor's ear. I'm not so sure they do. Yeah, Craig's mayor now, but you've been going against him for months. If he could have messed with your family, he would have definitely done it already. I suppose that's true. And wasn't the whole point of turning over a new leaf so you could go get real friends? Not just people fulfilling their social obligations? It was. I know you've got a lot to think about, Cassandra. Just remember to do the right thing. That's easy for you to say. The right thing for one person isn't the right thing for another. I just meant... Oh, Gavin and I hope to know just how scared you must be right now, Cassandra. Change is scary. We've been trying to talk to our dad about adjusting our jobs at the company, and even thinking about that is terrifying. It'd be much easier and much safer to keep the status quo. No one's happy if you live your life like that. And if Craig wants to pick a fight, he'll have to go through us, all of us, and Zeus. Alright, fine, I give in. Ooh, does that mean... Yes, I'll support keeping the park. You go in for a hug, but Cassandra holds her hands up, blocking you. We're not at that level yet. Besides, your bump is on the way. Save the hugs for when you aren't so round. Oh, come on, you'll be giving two kids a hug too. I'm holding you to that. Hell yeah, this calls for some celebratory crackers. That snack table is calling my name. And I should go socialize, seeing as my brother is none. As the Covington brothers depart, Cassandra stares wistfully after Gavin as she lets out a sigh. Wow, you're not so subtle at all. I've no idea what you're talking about. Shut up. So then you definitely don't have a thing for Gavin. Not even a little teensy tiny bit. Of course not. He's just a total bore to spend time with, and sometimes makes me laugh, that's all. Sounds like a crush to me. She glances around and clears her throat, dropping her voice to a whisper. Say that someone not me obviously did like Gavin in that way. What would you suggest that someone do, especially if she was worried if she missed her chance chasing after his brother? Send Cassandra after Gavin for an opportunity to matchmake them and get a chance to play as Cassandra herself. Oh, why? Nothing is gonna happen if you don't make a move. Just tell him how you feel. I wasn't talking about... Oh, never mind. I suppose it's worth a shot. Now, playing as Cassandra. Deciding to take Jen's advice on an absolutely horrifying thought, you make your way over towards Gavin. Normally, you wouldn't be caught dead listening to her, but if her lovey-dovey relationship with Balls is anything to go by, maybe she knows what she's talking about. Come on, Cassandra, let's do this before Jen implies that I'm a coward. But as you cross the room, you're intercepted by the walking personification of Slime himself. Oh, it's Sweet Cass with that little nice... Ugh, seriously. You don't have time to hear this. What do you want? We're friends, right? I mean, our families go way back. The Finches, Taylors have been working together for basically always. So you and we could rule together. All it takes is a little tiny vote for a golf course instead of a piece of crap park. Besides, you hate Jen anyways. Don't forget she waltzed in and stole your man. You can't be seriously thinking about siding with her. Let's get one thing straight. Clint was never my man. And... don't ever say your name and my name in the same sentence. We Taylors are a prestigious old family, while you Finches only have come to prominence lately. Comparing us is like speaking of the Rockefellers and the Kardashians in the same breath. Oh God, it's true. God, it's true, it hurts, but it's true. I refuse to have my family name tarnished in such a way. Whoa, 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 hang on, my sweet little flower. First of all, I'm not yours, I'm not a flower, and there's nothing more to discuss. You turn on your heel, leaving a stunned crack behind. How could you ever consider siding with that pathetic toadstool? You're pretty sure you'll be smelling his disgusting cologne for the rest of the evening, too. It's probably Axe. You think a grown man would know something about personal hygiene? Did he spray too much of it? As you approach Gavin by the food table, you catch him sneaking some food to Zeus, who is hiding beneath it. Ah, there's the peppercorn cracker with smoked Gouda. Ah, you love it. As he spots you, his eyes widen. You hope it's not because you have something on your dress, or worse, in your hair. Oh, hey Cass, you're, not here to tell me Zeus can't be in here, right? Or that I shouldn't be feeding him this still very delicious cheese? Of course not. I don't mind. Oh, great. It can be our little secret. His smile makes your knees go weak, which is something no smile should be capable of. Pull yourself together, Cassandra. You're not a blushing schoolgirl. You're a beautiful, clever woman. Jen is right. Tell him how you feel this instant. Gavin, you look hot in that suit. Do you really think so? I personally I find it a bit stuffy. Clear your throat. You don't have anything stuck in it. You just need a moment to compose yourself. I mean, the fit slim is perfect. It hugs you snugly, but isn't so tight it restricts your movements. Blue's a nice departure from the traditional black. It helps you stand out in the crowd. And the purple tie and the pocket square are perfect for adding a splash of color and personality. Ah, well, I'm glad it's got your approval. You always give the best fashion advice. Advice? Honestly, you tell him he's hot and he thinks you're giving fashion tips? Ah, is this so hard? Right, well, what I was trying to say is... Or you can finish a middle-aged woman, and that she, being generous, in a tank top and short strides up to Gavin. Gavin, seems like you're behaving for once. Oh, it's her. oh, Laurie, I hope you're not mad about the baby doll incident. Thankfully, Jen had the good sense to pay for the damage, which is more than I can say for you. Who even wears athletic wear to a council meeting? Hello, read the room, Laurie. This is a formal event. Oh, it's true. God, everybody wears athletic wear now, don't they? And it doesn't look good on 90% of them. Aye, but you got him in. It was pretty funny in hindsight. I mean, the head popped clean off. What do you... You and I have a very different sense of humor. Seriously, is this woman actually talking over you? The gall! Oh, that's your way of saying I helped you let loose. I knew you secretly liked me. I like you better when you aren't causing problems at my place of employment. How dare she? This is supposed to be my moment. I have to... Keep calm. Though it causes you physical pain, you bite your tongue. After a moment, Laurie turns in your direction and you muster a polite smile. It feels like it might break your face. Gavin, you're being rude again. Why didn't you introduce me to your girlfriend? Girlfriend? No, she's not. I mean, she's a girl and my friend, an old family friend, actually. This is Cassandra Taylor. Cassandra, this is Laurie. She teaches pregnancy classes here in town. A pleasure. You have fine, wide hips, good for birthing. Oh, boy. Thanks. What is happening? Is Miss Marigold actually about to eat shellfish? She knows that's risky when you're about to have a baby. Oh, be quiet. Laurie rushes off, leaving you and Gavin in silence. You haven't felt this awkward since you spilled wine at the last holiday party. I'm sorry about that, Cass. I don't know what was going on through her head. I mean, it's so embarrassing for her to think you'd be interested in me when you're so beautiful, and your heart sinks a little. Does the thought of dating you really freak him out that much? I mean, really. You might be incredible, but you're still just a person. Gavin, it's fine. Are you sure? I can go talk to her if you want. Make sure she understands we aren't... Really, I don't mind. I can think of a million worse things I've been called than your girlfriend, to be honest. That's almost a compliment. Oh, I just assumed you wouldn't want to be associated with someone like me. You'd want people to think you'd only be with someone more, put together. Someone who has their life figured out. Someone like Clint. Alright, so maybe you've both been idiots this whole time? Not that you'd ever say that out loud. Gavin... I like you, date me. Things change. Maybe there's one thing I wanted in the past, but I've realized I actually want the opposite. I've only wanted one thing, the same thing, for as long as I can remember. A chance with you. He reaches out to take your hand, and you swear you can feel the redness in your cheeks. How embarrassing. Do you maybe want to get dinner sometime? Dinner sounds lovely. Gavin flashes you a brilliant smile, and all you can do is smile back. This is ridiculous, but you might as well enjoy it. Now playing as Jen. Across the room you spot Cassandra and Gavin holding hands and whispering to each other, and you smile to yourself. Seems my work here is done. You turn and set your sights on Bertie and Malcolm, who you find a room over, chatting happily at the dance hall's bar. I'm telling you, the golf course is going to be a perfect gathering place for exercise. Everyone is going to get fit. Craig promised to put a statue of my great-great-grandfather right out front, too. Oh, God. Council members, it sounds like you're doing well this evening. You're looking mighty fine today, Jen. I swear my mother, Annie Lynn Grace, would have worn that exact jacket when she was young. And any lady with real vintage taste is plumb perfect in my book. It might not be practical for the homecoming game against Oaktown, but for an open forum, it's just right. I do my best to dress for the situation. Have you heard Crick's plan? The new plans? This golf course proposal has me happier than a rooster in the henhouse. Because it's appeasing your... Bite your tongue, bite your tongue. Vanity. But tonight's discussion isn't about the golf course. It's about whether or not to keep the park. Of course. On the surface, that's what it's about. But in reality, we're really deciding between the two of them, and the golf course sure is going to be great. Nothing's been decided yet. You're the ones who get to choose what happens to it. I'm feeling generous. Give me your best offer, Ducky. If you can promise to partner with the local schools for athletic programs, and the Historic Society, can't be forgetting our past now. I can guarantee all that and more. And how exactly do you plan to do that? You ain't Queen of Gracetown Castle anymore. Oh! I would find a way. I'm sure of it. We appreciate your enthusiasm, but enthusiasm don't hurt the cattle. We want real results. So, if I can't give you what you want, maybe you can tell me why you think the golf course will be much better than the park. It's going to enrich the lives of everyone in town. We all have a place for recreation, not to mention the numerous jobs it'll add and the money it'll bring in through tourism. And to be frank with y'all, I don't really have any love for the golf course. Then don't support it. But Craig rules the roost now. It'll be better for all of us if we just zip our lips and let him have his way. If that means we gotta sacrifice the park, then by golly, that's what we're gonna do. Preserving history about the only thing that's convinced me, but the park ain't been around long enough to have any real history. Seems like they're on a totally different wavelengths. I'm not sure I'll be able to sway them both. But consider... how much destruction the golf course will cause. Parks, yeah. Children can go play on the playgrounds, dogs will get adopted at the dog park, people will get married in the gardens. A golf course only serves a single purpose, but the park can serve many. I never thought of it like that. And the sports are definitely a part of those many purposes. Well, I'll be. Don't y'all pea brains get it? As long as the park stands, Craig will pitch a fit. It's your vote, not his. We'll have to do whatever the council decides. You mean, vote for you and get on his bad side? No, ma'am, you won't see this Gray sticking her neck out and getting her head chopped off. Before you say another word, Birdie turns on her heel and marches across the room. You might have lost Birdie's support, but you've got mine. I'll vote for you. Thank you. I seriously appreciate the support. That's 2. As you wander back to the main area that against fall, you catch sight of Craig, who flips you off. Watch the birdie! Oh, sweet mother of God, grab his middle finger and break it. No, son, like this. Oh, for the love of... Craig Sr. flips you off beside his son. You roll your eyes and sigh. Oh, wait. 3, technically. We need 1 more vote. Those are 2 council members. I'm definitely not winning over. If I want to save the park, that just leaves Jebediah. You take a deep breath and take a step towards him. When he meets your gaze, his expression stops you in your tracks, cold and distant, and a wave of dread washing over you. Needing some air, you hurry outside and find a spot to lean against the building, where Miles finds you a few minutes later. I thought I might find you here. I take it we aren't doing well? I've managed to convince 3 people to support us. I've also got 3 people adamantly against us. Jebediah is literally our only hope, and he literally hates me. If anyone can do it, you can. He doesn't hate you, he's just mild disliking after the baby shower. I'm not so sure about that. I am. You're you. Ain't no one out there like you, Cassidy. It sounds like you need a bit of a breather first. Please tell me you have something in mind, because the idea of going back in there is literally making me sick. How's a walk through town sound? I could give you some tips on how to win Jebediah over. You sure you're cut out for that? Huh, you'd be surprised to know that I had to get on his good side when I first became mayor. He reaches over and takes your hand, giving it a reassuring squeeze. What do you say? Step away from all the noise with Miles to get some alone time and learn some tips to swing Jebediah. Let's get out of here. Keeping a hold of your hand, Miles leads you down near the empty Gracetown streets, away from all the noise of the dance hall. It's so nice out here, so peaceful. It's no horseback ride, but it's still a pretty good place to think through. And what are you thinking about with all the pretty head of yours? How are you holding up? He gives your hand a squeeze, and when you turn to look at him, his forehead is creased with worry, and you sigh. To be honest, I'm kind of sick of having to convince all these entitled people to do the right thing. I mean, they voted for the park to begin with, and if they have eyes, they know how awful Craig is. This should be easy. In my experience, it never is. I've been dealing with these people for years, as mayor and as a teacher. Have they always been this difficult? Unfortunately, yes. Tell me, did you ever just lose it? Yes, though it's a bit embarrassing. Face flushes crimson and you grin. Now you've got to tell me. I may have thrown a punch at someone claiming that the public schools were a waste of money because private schools were so much better. Fortunately, or perhaps unfortunately, he chose that exact moment to bend over and tie his shoe, so I missed. Wow, you threw a punch over that, okay. Too bad. I was hoping you gave him a black eye. For the record, I still believe he deserved it. You and Miles crossed to the other side of the main street, basking in the warm glow of the streetlights. I suppose I shouldn't complain. I've only been dealing with them for a few months, and you've lived here your whole life. They aren't all bad. Sure, Craig and his father are the worst of the worst, though the others, they want to make a positive difference, except for Birdie. And where does Jebediah fall on that scale? Professionally, his voices on the council has benefited Gracetown immensely. He helped approve my initial renovation plans. His charity work has kept many people afloat during hard times. And personally, did the two of you get along before I came to town? Hardly. He was always too elitist for my taste, seeing himself as the only one who could save Gracetown. And my opinion of him was only worsening after seeing how he treated you. He leaned over and kissed the side of his head, and the fury in his expression melts away. The more important matter is how you feel about him. I think he's not that bad. You're joking. I mean, I understand where he's coming from. He thinks that by getting rid of me, he'd be protecting his son. That doesn't justify what he's done. No, it doesn't. I don't think anything he's done would have actually helped protect Clint. Place your hand on your belly and give it an affectionate rub. But I understand the impulse. Miles leads you away from the main street to a cozy little courtyard with a bubbling fountain in the middle. I have a story about Jebediah that might help you understand him a bit better. At the very least, it'll get you into his head so you can be better prepared for the open forum. Jebediah's head is the last place I want to be, but at this point I'll take any help I can get. The two of you take a seat on the edge of the fountain, and he wraps an arm around your shoulders. When I first became mayor, I wasn't particularly good at making allies. I would have never guessed. Yes, laugh it up. The council was used to having a mayor who just agreed with them, and they didn't have much respect for an upstart like me. Sounds like a miracle they've gotten anything done at all. I didn't let it deter me. I pushed for supply funding for our school. And when the council was still being stubborn, Jebediah spoke up and got it passed. He just backed you out of nowhere, without you having to even convince him. I asked him about it later, and he told me he could see how much I cared about the people who would benefit from this plan, and that he was something he supported. Wow. So he does have a heart. I mean, I had gotten the sense that maybe he was capable of caring when he came to a baby shower, but it's nice to hear that it wasn't just a one-time thing. I suspect he wants what's best for everyone. He just mistakenly assumes that he only knows what that is. Well, tonight? Not tonight. This time, I'm gonna show him I'm the one who knows what's best. I've no doubt. You take a deep breath and steel yourself for the battle to come. Alright, you've worked with Jebediah before, Miles. What's the best way to get him on our side? Stick with here and now. He won't want to hear about previous works or the council's decision at the garden party. You should also hit on how the park helps all Gracetownians, not just a select few. I'm guessing I should also avoid talking about how much of a jerk Craig is. Yes, don't be afraid to show you're emotionally invested, though. When it comes to Jebediah, making it personal about will hold more sway than anything else. Find a way to relate to him. I'll tell such a heartfelt story, everyone in the room will be teary-eyed, including Jebediah. As you get to your feet, the clock tower in the distance chimes echoing around you. We should probably get back. We wouldn't want to miss the forum. Is there anything else I can do to help before we go? You could give me a pep talk. We already had one. A good luck kiss. That I can do. Cups your cheek in one hand, his thumb brushing tenderly over your skin as he draws you into a kiss. His lips are sweet, gentle against yours, and you melt in his arms as he deepens the kiss. Maybe one more just in case. He chuckles as he catches you in another kiss, heat building between you. You throw your arms around his neck, pulling him closer. He clutches the fabric of your clothing in his fists as you run your tongue over his lower lip. Why leave it at 2? You thread your fingers through his hair as he peppers kisses down your jawline and your neck, each one is sending a delightful shock of pleasure through you. You drag him back into another kiss, full of passion, and when you two break apart, you're left panting for breath. As much as I wish I could spend the night just kissing you, we need to get going. Thanks for the smiles. I feel unstoppable, like I could stare down a herd of angry buffalo without flinching. I'm sure you could. He takes your hand once more, and the two of you head back to the dance hall. You and Miles step inside and head over to where your sister and Clint are waiting. Did you manage to get enough votes? Just one more to win. This is the last chance. Deep breath. You've got this. Jebediah taps the mic and clears his throat as all the guests crowd around the council at the front. We will now proceed with the open forum. Miss Cassidy, I believe you're speaking in favor of the park. This is it, little ones. The moment of truth. Place a reassuring hand on your belly as you take a deep breath and step onto the stage in front of the crowd. Jebediah takes you in, examining your outfit before giving an approving nod. I see you dressed for the occasion. It's nice to see you taking this seriously, as opposed to some people who insist on continuing to wear a campaigning outfit after they've already won. Shoots a glare at Craig, who merely grins. Ah, you can't go wrong with the stars and stripes, baby. Boom, bam, Craig's your man. This is incredibly important to me. I thought I should dress to reflect that. It shows. Whenever you're ready. Grace, Townians, council members, friends, I come to you bearing a little piece of my soul. Gracetown Park was a passion project of myself and Mayor Dixon, a place we hoped would make our town a little bit brighter. You should keep it because it's a symbol of Gracetown unity. It took the whole community coming together to build a park. We worked with local families on the playground, partnered with Animal Shelter on the dog park, and people from all of Gracetown, including your family, Mr. Covington, pitched in to complete the gardens. It must be a popular idea if so many people are willing to get involved. Thank you, Miss Cassidy. Mayor Finch, it's your turn to argue for the demolition of the park. Right, the park's old news, boring! No one cares about flowers and obstacle courses or whatever. Oh, we get rid of it and we can usher in something way more amazing. Something like a golf course with jobs for smoking hot babes. Mic drop! Craig minds dropping the mic as he steps back and a handful of glitter leaks out of his jacket. Making a few people in the audience laugh. I see you're sparkly as ever, Craig. You, Miss Cassidy, you may offer a rebuttal. If you go through with the demolition, the poorest Gracetownians will suffer. The park is a place anyone in Gracetown can use, no matter what their circumstances. Replace that with a golf course that requires fees and expensive equipment, and the struggling won't have anywhere left to go. An amenity that benefits everyone in town certainly sounds better than such a limiting one. Nice try, but that ain't gonna cut it, preggers. Call me that one more time and I've heard enough. We will have order in this forum. You may each make one final remark, and then we will proceed to a vote. All I gotta say is you all know my golf course is banger. Way better than that lousy park. Miss Cassidy, anything to add? You take a deep breath as you step up into the microphone once more. Well, I know I only moved to Gracetown a few months ago. It's already become a home to me. And that's why this park is so important to me. Because I want the best for this community that I've come to be a part of. I hope the park lasts for generations. I'm carrying 2 future Gracetownians, and I want them to have a chance to play there. And maybe someday even bring their own kids. Jebediah's eyes soften as he looks at you. That is a wonderful sentiment. Then, as a final note, I'll just say, the park is a place for families of all kinds to come together and watch their children grow. I hope that each of you understands how valuable that is. As you finish your speech, people start to cheer. You look around into the faces in the crowd, seeing all the people you've met since you've came here. That's how you give a speech. That was certainly impressive. And those who you're still getting to know. Well, I know how I'm voting. How about the rest of you? There's a little to think on. And the new family you've started. That's my sister! Just when I think I've seen it all, she continues to surprise me. She's truly incredible. Jebediah clears his throat again, silencing the crowd. He looks around with the rest of the council members. I believe we can now call this matter to a vote. Those in favor? I don't think I want to watch. You hold your breath as each member speaks. Aye. I've seen the line and I'm in favor of keeping the park just the way it is. Those against? Me, obviously. I'm also against. I'm sorry, darling, but it can't be helped. I'm an A. Which leaves the decision to me. It's clear how much Gracetown and its people have come to mean to you, Miss Cassidy, and how deeply you care about their future. Sounds like it might have actually convinced him. And for that reason, my vote's in favor of the park. Get at the park, pass your baby blanket. You've collected 12 out of 14. That's 4 votes. We won! I can't believe it. The park's here to stay. Woohoo! You pull Miles, Clint, and Ana into a hug as you celebrate. The crowd around you lets out another rambunctious cheer, and Jebediah gives you a nod. Your words today have given me a lot to think about, Miss Cassidy. As he disappears in the crowd, Clint raises an eyebrow. What was that about? I don't really know, but I hope it's a good thing. Worry about it later. We have work to do. What? We saved the park. What else could there possibly be to do? We still have to open it to the public. Which means it's time for a party. It's time for the park's grand opening. Find out what lies in store for you and your friends in the next chapter of Baby Bump 2. Oh, so I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Please remember to like, share, and if you're not already, hit that subscribe button. Please also head down the description below. There's links to social media, Discord, and if you'd like to support me and my content, it would be very much appreciated that if you did enjoy this video, to share at least the video or the channel. Share both while you're at it. Remember, these are completely free things to do. All it does is take a couple clicks. That's all it does, and it's a great way of promoting the hard work I do, the content that I've done, the over 3,000 videos that I've done of all types and varieties. Think about that. 3,000 plus videos, minimum, mind you, minimum that I've done. So without further ado, very much appreciated that you all watched. Hopefully you're all having a good day, a hell of a lot better day than I'm having, because woof, today has been a day. If you want to know what happened this morning, or what's been going on today, feel free to head over to Instagram, where I put up a video, 2 actually, of what had happened, and let's just say I'm tired. I've walked through howling 30+ mile per hour winds in the dead of winter, and well, it's 15 degrees outside, and then a lot of other stuff went on today. So yeah, feel free to check out those videos on the Instagram if you wish. Once again, thanks for watching. Catch y'all later. Peace.